Okay.
Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. And shoves him off at the 20. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jamar Chase, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bucs have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Well, here come the Bills for their first possession, led out by their 27-year-old quarterback in year 6. It's Josh Allen.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it. But otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Now the new pickup. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. Well, and now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. It was Myles Garrett that time who got in there and brought him down. There's Sam Martin now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Watch out for Hill on the return. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Mahomes going to throw. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Jamar Chase. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Now Hill to return it. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed.
And this is taken in at the 5. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 53 yards. And the Buccaneers take a 3-touchdown lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 40-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole, 3rd and long. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week. Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Here's Hill on the return. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. But, Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just to...
Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Derrick Henry. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bucs add 6 to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Now Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. And this returnable for Hill. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That'll go down as an 84-yard punt return. And the Bucs have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Bills nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. To throw, it's Allen. It's brought in by Harris. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On play action, Allen. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Buccaneers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. And now a pause as they tend to an injured player. And, boy, that, you got to hope this is minor. That's Patrick Mahomes, who's in some discomfort out there. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Eluding the pressure right. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds. 33 yards that time.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Derrick Henry with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Buccaneers have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Finds his rookie tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that it's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this will be taken at the 13. Able to slither by. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
But, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And, look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. He'll drop to throw. He will find his man Chase complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. Jackson now. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing is Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs just continue to roll. Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
49. Bills nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Bills ready to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Here's Allen. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. Steps, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Taking on the midfield logo. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tyreek Hill doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter.
And the Bucs extend their lead yet again.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Bills nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Shoves him aside. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That's good for Bills. First down.
Now here's another carry for, and now the ball's out, fumble near midfield, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early, a second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
38 yards on the play. First down, Tampa Bay.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down, escaping the pressure right. Pushing his way through, and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 15 yards. And the Buccaneers have got it on cruise control.
The kick is good.
Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Bills nothing.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now out come the Bills. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
At the 27-yard line.
Now Allen. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Myles Garrett bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 58 yards, the distance covered on the punt return. And the Bucs are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Bills getting set to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying
there we go.
Tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with
Oh, come on.
this offense. They don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Bills on 3rd down, as bad as you can be, 0 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Allen now looks to throw. Working. Oh, Davis lost it. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jamar Chase on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Buccaneers are pouring it on. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
From the gun, it's Allen. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Cameron Jordan able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Here's Allen to throw it. Finding Knox there, complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Buccaneers just continue to roll. Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Allen now on 1st down. A quick throw there is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 69 yards. And the Bucs extend their lead yet again. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that one too wide and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Buffalo Bills.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Allen. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. T.J. Watt, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him?
And this is caught at the 20. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Bucs have got it on cruise control. Tucker now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
These guys are starting to get annoying.
45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Allen going to throw. Pressure comes and down he goes.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
They're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
To the air, Allen. Dancing to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Throwing now is Allen.
Oh, crap. Caught it.
A big play here.
Damn it.
Buffalo, 48 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
He has just not had his focus in this game. It's not one drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. 2nd and 10. Harris running straight ahead.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Allen.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And going deep for Hill. And got his man complete.
Now he's into the clear again.
Touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 98 yards.
And the Buccaneers are pouring it on.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling.
And he loses the football a second time.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. A first down carry for Henry. The 20. There he goes again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Derrick Henry on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bucs just continue to roll.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Damian Harris of the Bills headed back out. And this has been a game of contrast somewhat. As you see, he's had success moving the ball on the ground. That fumble on the last drive, though, that's now 2 that he's lost in this game.
And that's where it really hurts. It makes things difficult on a coach because you mentioned the success he's having, yet if he keeps turning it over, it negates all of that success. Take care of the football, and he's headed for a big game.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
4 yards.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
At the 29-yard line.
They hand this off to Harris. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He finds Hardy on the slant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Down the left sideline. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And here come the Bills.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for Buffalo.
taken at about the 16. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Real quick, ready?
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And going deep for Hill. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially...
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. 2nd and 16. In motion left is Davis. On 2nd down, this is Harris. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Now Allen. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. Watch out for Hill on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him?
Derrick Henry all alone. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bucs extend their lead yet again. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Von Miller in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Now Hill to return it.
Going through, and he's got space. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Officially, it'll be a 68-yard punt return score. And the Buccaneers have got it on cruise control. Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnover.
What's up, bro?
Issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
At the 24-yard line.
Same.
Now Allen. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Throwing is Allen on third. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure.
What girlfriend?
Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
I ain't got no girlfriend.
Right around the 44. Oh, some strong running. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. He's got a man, complete, and in for the Buccaneers touchdown.
Yeah, I'm sure, dude. I don't have a girlfriend.
And the Bucs get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
I know.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to
Yeah, I know.
that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything.
I just don't.
Keep diving deeper into the offense.
I'm not making anything on there anymore, and there's just a lot of drama on there. I just don't need it, bro.
To throw, it's Allen. That swung out wide to Harris. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On the give, this is Harris. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
103 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Von Miller bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. Here's Hill on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. Mahomes now on first down.
It connects quickly to Jamar Chase.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And quickly they get to the line. Touchdown!
Jamar Chase
From 21 yards away.
and the Buccaneers are pouring it on.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Caught right side, Davis. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. Now, they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet. And they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Allen to throw it. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On third and long, it's Allen. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And this returnable for Hill.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Shedding through the defense, and he is out of bounds inside the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. And they're going to speed things up here. Now here's Mahomes. Looking deep here for Chase. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Jamar Chase, 43 yards. And the Buccaneers just continue to roll. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On play action, Allen. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, It grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bills ready to take over. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt, Charles, with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Allen. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what.
And there he goes again. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A punt return of 65 yards. And the Bucs extend their lead yet again.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. Little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Able to shake him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. This is taken around the 12.
Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. And we get a peek at the kind of game he's having. It's been a good game. 8 catches now, Charles.
Everyone likes to spread the ball around. They want a lot of people to catch it and touch it, get a lot of guys involved. But sometimes when you have the hot hand or a person who's just really taking care of business in their part of the field, you have to keep going back to it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Open man downfield is Hill. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Flushed out right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Patrick Mahomes, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Tucker with the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Bills 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Allen now on 1st down. Going with a screen for Murray. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Allen.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Allen off the play fake. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 39.
That's good for a Buffalo Bills 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Allen going to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The sack there by Roquan Smith. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To the air, Allen. Under pressure, they got him again. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow They can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. They have to like what they've gotten from him in this game.
Think about the accumulation of catches.
8.
The yards per catch now, because you're getting more than a first down every time he's touching the ball. This is the kind of game you want when you're able to throw it out wide.
Absolutely. Over 100 yards, has the 8 catches.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown.
Jamar Chase,
65 yards.
And the Buccaneers are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big, you really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Allen now looks to throw. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It goes as a gain of 8 and it moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And Diggs has it. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the...
And this is caught at the 20. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown.
Jamar Chase, 65 yards. And the Bucs continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the fourth. Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now out come the Bills. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Now Allen. Now they go screen. It's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Von Miller in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And taken at the 46. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mahomes. Looking deep here for Chase. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Jamar Chase, 38 yards. And the Bucs have got it on cruise control. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. That pass is caught by Hardy. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now a 2nd and 10. Allen. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, But the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 34-yard line.
Again, it's Henry. Escapes the defender. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw, it's Allen. And complete, right side to Cook. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
This is taken at the 23. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Mahomes going to throw it here. Looking deep here for Chase. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra.
Alright, I'm done.